Hey everybody, good morning. I know it's been a minute since I've gone live. I just said I was gonna get on this morning. Shout out to Boo Babe for this hairstyle. It still looks good, and this is going on week 2. And my hair grows really fast, so it's crazy. So I know if you have been looking at my stories, you have been basically updated on what's going on. I'm just going to be honest and transparent right now. I'm in a space mentally and emotionally that is fucked up. I know I'll be okay, of course, because I'm always okay. But when you're walking through this shit, it does not feel good. It does not feel good at all. So I've decided that I'm going to do story time. But if you want to participate in story time, you're going to need to get this number that I just put up right here. I'm pinning it, so as people come on, you can see it. All right. So for those of you who might be coming across my page and you don't necessarily know who I am, I'm Latasha, also known as Tasha G, the Transformation Guide. And what I do is I help women through their toughest battle yet, putting themselves first, loving themselves, setting boundaries, and knowing their worth. And that can be very difficult because if you come from a background where you were considered less than, you were put down, you're not going to think to put yourself first with other people because you're going to have imposter syndrome. It never happened for you, right? You never had to consider putting yourself first or making people understand that you're not to be played with, right? So you know what that leads to? Low self-esteem, being in wrong situations at the wrong time, making bad decisions, and the list goes on. So in my current state of mind, even though I'm going through a process that is painful in some ways and very hurtful, the good thing about it is that I have lessons and tools from when I went through similar situations in my past that I can use now. I'm able to compare. I'm able to say, you know what? When this was bad before, I didn't have any support, but now I have support. I'm able to say, before, I didn't know how I would get through, but I can say, the same way I got through last time, is that what I want to use? I don't want to depend on any substances. I don't want to drink. I don't want to smoke. I don't want to abuse others. I don't want to neglect others. But when we are going through things emotionally, it's hard for you to speak the way I'm speaking right now. Even me finding the words to talk to y'all and, explain the situation without going so much into detail is kind of hard, right? But at the end of the day, I know that when I say certain things, you get it, right? So for me, it's been a rough week. It's been a really rough week, and I had to decide in this rough week a lot of things. I had to basically decide like life altering things, and I still don't know if I'm making the right decisions. I still don't know how things are going to turn out. But what I do know is I need to follow my heart, and with the boundaries that I've set, I have to be okay with making sure that I uplift those. And I think that's one of the hardest parts, like when you're coming from a place where you weren't necessarily honored and seen, heard, and celebrated. It's difficult to do that for yourself even as an adult, even though you know you're in charge, because you're like, yo, who's even listening to me right now? Who's even paying me attention? And how can I say this is what I will and won't tolerate and somebody's going to listen? That is very, very difficult. So, just as I move forward in my journey, I'm proud of myself because even though I have all these tools, like, I'm certified to teach people about rational emotions. I have experience in, going through traumatic situations and learning how to, get out of those situations and do my best. It does not always translate to the same way when you're in the situation. You know what I mean? Because like when our emotions and stuff start going, I can't tell you how I'm going to be. I can't tell you how I'm going to be tomorrow. Like once stuff starts to kick in, it changes on a daily basis. Pain is real when it's pain coming from your heart. You keep replaying stuff in your head. That's post-traumatic stress disorder. You keep thinking that you're not safe. You keep feeling like this can happen again. And what do you do if it happens again? You don't want to feel that pain again. This is how we get stuck. So I felt myself getting kind of stuck, right? I was like, I can't get stuck in this. I have too many things to do. I got too many moving parts. I can't get stuck in feeling like I'm going to constantly get hurt over and over and over. So I have to figure a way out of it. So this is what I did. I created something called the Rage page, okay? So I know it's really in your face, but that's the point. You got to understand what I'm saying. So with the Rage page here, what I decided to do was get those thoughts out of my head that kept going, right? So I'm going to share a little bit with y'all so y'all can see what it's about. So it says, shit happens. Some of it we control and some of it we don't. It doesn't make the emotional toll it takes any lighter or easier. I help guide you in transforming your mindset, shifting into a new normal that brings you peace and positive energy. But what about the journey to get there? What do you do with the scary emotions felt along the way that shape and strengthen you? You use the Rage page, okay? So being in a situation I was in and getting to the point where I was in bed and I didn't want to move because I was just, going through so much, I said, I got to do something with this energy. I can't let it sit here and sit on me like it's a 300-pound person. I have got to make the change and say, I know I can lay in the bed and be depressed and be upset and lash out at people, but God has given me this creative outlet where I like to help people through their issues. How can I help myself? So the Rage page has some questions, all right? And these are the questions that kind of help you get started when you're thinking about it. What is going on with you? Let's answer these questions, right? What toxic situation is happening? How did you get here? What happened to put you where you are right now? Who pissed you off or upset you? That's important, right? You want to make sure that you're clearly understanding what happened, because I feel like when you clearly understand how you got to where you are and who got you there, it can help you with the decisions that you make moving forward. When did you start to feel like you were losing power or control? Now that is big for me because as a child, I never felt in control. People would die around me. Nobody gave me any explanation. They didn't tell me if I was going to die next. So I had all this stuff I just would make up in my head because I would just be so caught off guard and so scared. So it put me in a controlling way. And I became a people pleaser. I became codependent. I had a lot of trauma bonds. And in that, it was very, very difficult for me to be able to say when I needed help, when I was scared, actually admitting my emotions. So in the situation that I'm currently in, I had to think about when I lost that control and power. And then I have a couple more questions. I'm not going to give it all to you because I know some of y'all write stuff down and y'all feel like y'all can do it on your own, and that's that. But so I'm not going to give it all to you. But what I did after I made the list of questions that you need to go through, I just made a page for each one. Right? So it says, what toxic situation is happening? So you're going to write the toxic situation that's happening, and it's a way to journal without feeling like you're journaling. I feel like sometimes when people hear the word journal, they're like, I don't want to journal. But this will be able to help you get it out. That's why I call it the Rage page. This is something where you can write those innermost petty thoughts, and you don't have to share it with anybody. It's totally up to you what you do with it. And then, like I said, every question I have, it keeps going. And you can determine, how things are going to turn out for you, because at least you have this to go back to, especially when you're feeling super emotional. So I printed this out for me because I was working on my phone and I was like, I need to write. I need to probably take 30 minutes and really write. And then I have these pages here where I say, vent it out. Use this space to write out your feelings, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be complete sentences. Don't feel like you have to write on here, today I feel like I am enraged because. Today I feel like I am hurt because. You don't have to do that. You can write mad, pissed, upset, scared. Just write the words, because the point of this is to help you work through what you're doing. I realized that as a guide, I can influence your path. And in creating the Rage page, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to influence your path. So with that being said, I have the number for story time pinned, all right? And I'm going to take a screenshot of this page so I can put, no, actually, I'm going to put the cover, and the cover is going to have the Storytime phone number as well. So if you want to join and hear more about things that I've gone through, you know what I mean? Like, basically, I'm going to be spilling the tea, all right? I'm not spilling it on here because Instagram has so many people, and you know, I feel like I want to like kind of pinpoint, have a little bit more of an intimate space to kind of share some things. You know what I'm saying? So the phone number is there with the access code, and I want you to be able to get on the call, listen to what I have to say, and really see if it can help bring some perspective to what you're going through. Because everybody's going through something in life. And sometimes our shit can get so heavy, it makes us feel like we're by ourselves, right? Second thing, with the Rage page, I am going to do a 21-day challenge, okay? It's going to start on August 15th. I'm going to be putting up more details about it, but if you want to be a part of this, you need to let me know, all right? I feel like I need some time for myself. I'm going to take time to just kind of like process more what I'm going through. And then after that, I can like open myself up to help others. And I'm proud of myself for that, because usually the way that I like process stuff is to just help other people and act like my stuff is not happening. And that's not fair to me. It's not. I need to fully embrace all of the emotions that I'm feeling right now and process it. So when like some long-term final decisions are made, you know I had this time for me. And I could think about it as clear-headed as I could. And I could let my emotions run and like, you know, really get out what they need to get out. Because at the end of the day, there's just so much going on in the world. And when we add our personal thing to it, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm grateful for the Rage page because I think it's going to help a lot of people. And I look forward to being able to have the story times to like really, really share. Like, the story is going to be about cheating. It's going to be about liars. It's going to be about other people dragged into things and they don't know what's going on. It's going to be about hood shit. Like, it's going to be crazy. And I'm grateful that I'm able to share the story now after all of these years, because I've healed from it. I've moved on. Okay. So I look forward to you being there. The Storytime phone number is going to be around. I'm going to have it in my stories as well during the week. August 15th is when we are going to start the 15-day challenge, the 21-day challenge. So I look forward to you being a part of it. If you're going through something right now, I get it. You might not have the support system that you thought you had, and it may be difficult to tell others what you're going through because you're embarrassed or ashamed and you feel like you're going down this rabbit hole of just embarrassment, but it's got to stop somewhere. And the only way it's going to stop is if you say, I want to stop this. I need help. I need support. And that's what I'm here for, to help you transform your mindset and get out of your own way. Because a lot of times we beat ourselves up, right? We tell ourselves we don't deserve the help. We don't deserve the support. And I'm here to tell you that you do. All right. So again, if you just happen to come up on this live or watching the replay in some form of fashion, I'm Latasha, also known as Tasha G, the Transformation Guide. And what I do is I help women through their toughest battle yet, finding themselves, loving themselves, setting boundaries, and getting over that past pain that's been holding them back. The Rage page is something that I created for a time that I'm going through right now. And I want to be able to work with you on it because it can literally help you out of any situation. You know, the way that I created it, it doesn't have to be that you're going through what I'm going through or you're going through what the next person is going through. It can literally be anything. You can use it for procrastination. You can use it for depression. You can use it for getting over drinking, getting over drugs. You know, so many different things, you know. So I just wanted to share this with you all because I feel really, really good about it. And I am hoping that people can see how great this can be. All right. Y'all have a good day.